Welcome to the May 5th, 2022 meeting of the Lakeville Parks Commission. In accordance with the provisions allowed by Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021 and the 5/5/22 public meeting of the Lakeville Parks Commission will be held remotely. However, to view this meeting in process, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available for view at a later date at http://www.lakecam.tv. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to convene the open meeting and go into executive session. Do I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll second.
And we have a
Mr.
second.
Mr. Chairman, will you be coming back into open session?
Yes, we will. Thank you. We'll be
Thank
coming
you.
back in open session as soon as we leave executive session, approximately 20 minutes or so.
Thank you.
Okay. Paula, how do you vote?
Yes.
Michael Smith, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Scott Holmes is an aye. So at this time, we will convene this meeting and go into executive session. Okay, good evening. We will be reconvening the May 5th, 2022 meeting, excuse me, of the Lakeville Parks Commission at 7:47. At this point, do any of the members have any particulars that they want to put forth for a director of the parks for 2022?
I believe that the recommendation was for Doug Barry. I would like to hear everybody's discussion or vote or making a motion to follow up with Doug Barry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any further discussion? Mike, is there anything else you'd like to add? No? Paula, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think we need to put a motion on the floor and move forward.
Okay, thank you. So have you made, are you making a motion to hire Doug Barry for the director for the season?
Make a motion that we hire Doug Barry for the 2022 season at Clear Pond Park as director of
Thank
Clear.
you. Mike, do we have a second? Second by Mike. Okay. All those in favor, we'll take a roll call vote. Mike Smith, how do you vote?
You lost him.
Okay.
We didn't hear you, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the audio is not that great. I said yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Paula Hool?
Yes.
Yes. Scott Holmes? Yes. Okay. So, and at this time, we are going to wait for Mr. Berry to review staffing at Clear Pond. Moving forward with that. Presently, we don't have enough information to make a vote on the secretary, so we're going to move that motion also. Now, I left this on here only because we've been talking about Clear Pond so much. Are we clear with the pricing for Clear Pond? I did talk to one of the selectmen tonight to find out what was the number that they were going to assist us with if we stayed an in-town program, which is what we voted. It's a very generous thing, very generous amount. It's over 15,000. So that will help supplement our revenues somewhat, probably more than what we would have got for out-of-town people anyhow. So is there any discussion about any pricing on the park? I believe it's going to be, is it $80 was voted a couple meetings ago?
I think what we discussed, I brought this up at the last meeting, was it was $99 for a season pass. It was $10 for guests. It was $8 for residents. These are day passes, the 8 and the 10.
Yeah,
And $5 for under 15 and under. And of course, seniors and 2-year-olds and under were free.
they took a vote on pricing a couple weeks ago. Do we want to make, is that what we did last week? Last time we revoted
Yes.
this number? Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I'm asking. I just want to,
Yeah,
Okay, I wanted to make an amendment or an addendum to that, Scott. If we do not have enough lifeguards to open for 7 days a week,
yes.
it's only fair that we go back to the $80.
Okay,
They're
so
not
right now
getting Yeah,
it's
right, if we-
99 for a family,
yep,
$10 for guests, $5 for under 15,
15 and under, 15 and under.
and then free for what, 2 and under?
Yeah, yeah, and also seniors, 60 and over. And $8 for residents for daily passes.
If they don't have a family pass.
Right,
Okay, all right, I got it in writing now. We're good.
okay, now, this is pending,
Yep,
we have enough lifeguards.
yep, and we have to shorten the week.
Yes,
So the amendment or the new motion would be that we drop the price to 80. Is that what you're saying, Paula?
that's pending.
The lifeguard situation. If we have to if we have to cut down from 7 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Mike,
that
do you have
fair?
any input? I'm sorry, go ahead, Paula.
Does everybody feel that that's fair to do for the residents, is to cut back if you're not open 7 days a week? And you shouldn't be charging $99? Is
Sure.
that fair enough?
Mike, do you have any discussion?
Yeah, I was just curious, what the town is, what the amount the town is making up for us or that public. I know we were discussing about possible out-of-towners, but no, it doesn't look so. I'm just
Mike,
curious.
Mike,
Like,
yeah, Mike, we're having a really hard time hearing you, Mike.
Yeah, it's the same on my end. You're breaking up really bad on my end.
Yeah, you're breaking up when you talk. We can barely understand you.
Can you
Let
plug
me-
in your cell phone, or would that help?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that right now. So if you want to continue, go ahead. It should just take me a few minutes.
I'm just give me a yes or no. Was there anything you wanted to add to the pricing?
No.
Okay. All right. Paula, if you'd like to make a motion to adjust that pricing?
I would like to make a motion that the adjustment of pricing will depend on the amount of lifeguards we have and how many days a week we are
How many
open.
days we're open? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'll second it. Mike's too busy. So we're gonna take a vote. Paula, how do you vote?
Yes,
Okay. Paula is yes. Scott is yes. Mike Smith, how do you vote?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, good. Moving forward. Is there anything else on the pricing that we need to worry about?
no, I think that was all we were
Okay.
concerned with.
All right, good. We're gonna keep moving. I believe you all received the letter from the concerned citizen from Middleborough about not being open for Middleborough residents unless you're a guest.
Right,
I don't know. Does anybody want to comment on that or?
I did text, I texted, I think if it's the same person that I got a text. Are we okay here? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I gave her a text back, explained the situation, that I certainly appreciate her concern, and I certainly agree with her, actually, that they couldn't get into the fold. However, because it is the commissioner's decision, that I can't change the ruling.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, if you responded to her, then did she respond back?
I think she wanted to have a meeting with us or something like that. She wanted to go further, but I didn't comment because I don't know what we can offer her. I
Correct.
did offer her the fact that she can be a guest of any Lakeville resident. She and her grandmother, they can be guests
Yep.
of a Lakeville resident, and it's open to her. So I wanted that to be understood.
Yep. Okay, well, I
Scott,
mean,
can you hear me?
yes,
can you
Mike, much better, Mike.
Much better. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, well, I mean, there's really not much we can do with that. There's been a vote and that's where we're moving forward.
Yeah, we can't change anything.
Right. The next item is review pickleball information. We don't have a lot of information at this time. I know the former chairman was talking with someone from the Lakeville Athletic Club about working a deal with them, helping out, organizing and working the pickleball tennis courts. But I have not yet talked to them. I just got his name the other day. But at this time, I think Mike's going to pick up that torch and reach out to him and get back to us. He was the guy from the athletic club was supposed to give us, when Joe was here, he was supposed to give us some type of a proposal so that we could discuss it and, you know, come back with our feelings on it. That hasn't happened. I just received an email last night from the assistant, Ari's assistant. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name.
Christina,
Thank you, Christina. That he's now waiting to hear from me. So, you know, I don't know. He's wants to wait and talk to somebody, but he's supposed to be giving us a proposal. So, Mike's going to reach out to him and see if he can get a proposal from him, and then we'll go from there.
just in commenting,
Yep.
Scott, there's pickleball nets up there,
Yep,
but it's not our responsibility. We didn't put them there. If
correct.
they go missing, I know nothing. We
We didn't put them there. They're not our responsibility.
and we have no contract from them, so
Nope,
we're kind of
nothing.
in limbo.
Nothing, Paula. You're absolutely
I'm going-
correct.
I'm going to be getting everything hopefully by the middle of next week.
There you go.
Oh, great.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next item, unless anybody has anything to add. Possible vote on completed contracts. I've received the New England Volleyball, the Thunderbirds. We have the insurance, and we have the contract, we have the times, and most of all, we have a check. Their times are the same as last year, which don't conflict with the co-ed volleyball. So in my feeling, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the New England Volleyball Thunderbirds back for another year. I need a second.
I second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Paula? Aye. Mike?
Bye.
Aye. Scott? Aye. All right. Thank you. New England Volleyball is a yes. Men's softball. We have their contract. We have their dates. We have their times. We have an insurance binder that's still in effect. We will have to get a new one before the season's over, but it is still in effect at this time. And most of all, we have the money from them. So I would like to make a motion that we accept the men's softball for 2022. Can I have a
I
second?
second the motion.
Second, thank you,
Second.
Paula. All
Okay.
those in favor, Mike,
Aye.
Paula,
Aye.
thank you, Scott, aye. Okay, 15 and under baseball, they are not gonna use our fields. So you can cross that one out. There
Okay,
is a possibility of a new AAU team from Taunton that would like to come down and use one of our Little League fields for a weekend for tryouts. So I've got to talk to baseball about that and then see what date they're looking at. So when I get more information, I'll let you all know.
so they will be playing at Ted Williams Camp.
No, they're just going to have tryouts at Ted Williams Camp for next year.
Okay,
But so it'll be later in the summer. So when I know, I'll let you all know.
okay.
All right. Horseshoes. Mike, did we have anything more from them? We just had a tournament thing, right?
We just need, we
Oh,
only
no,
have,
we had singles and doubles. We didn't have any money.
right, and we needed their roster for the season.
Right, which they hadn't finished registrations yet.
They haven't finished. We do have the contract. So,
Right, we had the contract for the singles and doubles.
yeah,
Okay, so I think we're gonna have to wait to officially accept them.
yep.
Okay. Co-ed volleyball, we don't have anything from them. Excuse me, other than a tournament roster. So obviously we can't accept them for the summer either. That's, I mean, we've pretty much gone over the rest of them. Those were the ones that I found that were outstanding. So we'll just have to work on those.
Scott, in the meantime, with Horseshoes, they're playing, they're still playing, which we're going to allow them to do that until we get.
Well, technically, we're not supposed to. They're supposed to pay us first. And we're supposed to have an insurance binder. Was the insurance binder still good for them? Yeah, through December. That was good through December.
Horseshoes, yeah, yeah, it's till the end of the year, so I will contact them tomorrow.
Okay, great. I know they're still having signups, so I mean, even if they gave us a goodwill offering of, half, and
Yeah.
then caught up to us, after they're done, I'm sure we could deal with that.
Yep.
Okay, old business.
Uh,
Yes,
are we
Paula,
still- Yeah.
go ahead.
I just wanted to clear up something. I do not have any payments for blooper ball or co-ed blooper ball at this time.
Okay, I'll just, co-ed blue ball is not going to start until the end of August.
Right. The
And,
other
and the women's blue ball doesn't start till the end of June.
Okay, and there was a issue with, I think it was Freetown Lakeville softball. They're going, I believe, I wrote it down, to 9-2. Freetown Lakeville softball have expanded. They've got more players this year. But anyway, so has the dates. So actually, they're going through August, and they're going to end on 9/2. Do we prorate them? Because they're paying seasonal right at the moment through July.
Yep.
How do we do this?
We haven't had to do it before, so so they're playing now and they're going to play an extra month, right?
Yes,
The season goes April to July.
yes,
Is that what it is?
yes,
And then August through the fall.
And their budget
yes.
9-1.
Well, actually, their schedule shows a tournament on 9/2, or some kind of a playoff game on 9/2. So officially, it's 9/2. So they've got all of August and 2 days in September. Mark was nice enough to ask me about that, and I said I would take it up with the commission and see if we could prorate it. Suggestions?
So, so that would be another $5 a person if you prorate it. The season's 4
Okay.
months,
Yeah,
April, May, June, and July.
yeah,
Okay, we charge $20 a head.
yep,
So 20 divided by 4 is $5. If they were to go an extra month, it would be $5 a head.
okay, I'll tell them that.
Well, we got to vote on that.
Yes, if it passes.
Right, so we can either charge them an extra $5, or we can give them a grace because it's the first year and tell them that they will have to pay $25 ahead next year. It's up to you guys.
I'm
I-
gonna go to,
I would
I'm not-
rather, go ahead, Paula.
I would rather do the $5 per person.
Yeah.
Extra, you know,
Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
Mike,
I agree.
okay, can I have a motion?
I make a motion that the Freetown Lakeville softball team, the extending to 9/2, will pay $5 per person as prorated.
I second.
Okay, all those in favor, hold on, I'm writing down here.
Okay,
All those in favor to charge an extra $5 for the following month? Please signal by saying aye when I call your name. Paula Hool,
aye.
Mike Smith,
Aye.
Scott Holmes, nay. The motion passes 2-1.
Scott, just a reminder, their binder ends 9/1.
Their binder ends 9/1.
So anytime after that, if they play 9/2 or 9/3, they're technically not insured.
Well, we've got to let them know that if we're going to allow them to play, they've got to get that binder continued. And we need
Insurance
to have it.
binder. Okay,
Okay,
I'll talk to them.
okay. Paula, do you have any other issues down there that you're,
No, I never know until they come up. Yes.
I know.
The restrooms. How do they
Yep.
get open? I talked to him and asked him if they were using it. The only teams that use it are the Freetown Lakeville softball teams. The blooper ball people do not use it. And I wanted to ask about this, what was it, the free?
What do they use? What are they
they-
using?
They told me they don't. I don't know what to say. There is an orange porta pot down there. I don't know whose it is, but I saw
Oh,
somebody.
I have an issue. Why
Yeah.
can just Freetown Lakeville softball use it and not blooper ball?
I don't know. It's not that they don't. I spoke with Derek and they do, I think it was Derek.
Yeah, that's
and
co-ed.
blooper ball. Yeah, and he said, we don't need anything else. We don't use the bathrooms, so
Okay, that's fine for the guys, but what about the girls? What about the women's league? I'm just
I don't know.
asking.
no, I agree. I haven't had anybody ask, and which brings me to the question of what is a field use fee and what is the electric fee at night?
Well, I have numbers from last year that I'm gonna come up with invoices and then we're gonna vote on them. That
Okay.
we've charged in the past. Nellie has provided the information. So I'll forward it to everybody. I just got it today, so I haven't had
Okay.
time to calculate the fees for last year. But yeah, there's fees involved. The co-ed uses the lights. There's a concession stand fee for Freetown Lakeville softball.
Mhm.
Same as at Ted Williams Camp, we have fees that we're gonna hand out.
Okay. So that's what the field use fees are? Is that
No,
what,
that's the electric fee.
that's the electric fee? Okay,
Yep,
because that was kind of vague. All right.
yep. The field use fee was something different.
What is that?
Going back, when I was on the soccer board, we used to pay for the fertilizer. We used to pay the $10,000 for the fertilizer. We used to buy it
All right.
and then they would spread it. Okay. Sometime since the time I got off the board and the past couple of years, the clubs have stopped paying for fertilizer and the park's been paying for it. So a couple of years ago, we said we need to get back with the crazy prices of everything. we need to start assessing some fees.
Mhm.
Obviously, we can't charge for the full amount of the fertilizer because they're only on certain fields. You know, they're not on the entire, there's a lot of open space, you know, especially like at Ted Williams Camp. We have a lot of open space, almost as much open space as we do field space. So, you know, we have to prorata it based on the size of the fields. Now, obviously, you're not going to charge, you know, Horseshoes a field use fee because they take care of those fields. They take care of the horseshoe pits, and there's no grass. You know, there's no fertilizer being spent. Same with volleyball. You know, they're playing on sand. You know, there's not thousands of dollars of fertilizer being caught, you know, shelled out. So I mean, there's no field use fee for them. They pay an electric fee. But you know, the other groups like soccer and baseball and softball, I think we've got to get the overall cost of the fertilizer, you know, and come up with a fair reimbursement program for the groups. I mean,
So
the
how much
prices are
are
just going crazy.
Yeah, so how much are we spending in fertilizer? 12, 15,000?
Yeah,
So if you divide that amongst the fields,
but like I'm
Do you-
saying, there's probably only 50-60% of the fields are actually fields. There's a lot of open space that
right,
gets fertilized that we have to take into account, and we can't charge them for that.
right.
You know,
So I've got 3 fields at John Pond Park,
right?
and you've got, I don't know, you got at least 10 over there where you
Yep.
are, right?
Yep,
So there's 13 fields that need to be fertilized.
yep. But they don't just fertilize the fields; they fertilize all the grass area.
Oh.
They fertilize the whole thing. You know, so it's not just the fertilization is just for the fields. It's also for the area near the excuse me, up near the
Yeah.
flagpole, you know, in between the fields. You know, there's a lot of open space that they still fertilize and put grub control and you know, I mean, you know, because you got to do the whole thing. You can't just do a field.
Right.
You know.
Who
Yes,
pays
Mike.
for,
Yes, Mike.
who pays for the lime to lime the fields?
Right now, the parks is paying for it. In the
Yeah,
past, it
because-
wasn't always just
No,
the parks.
baseball used to pay for it all the time.
Baseball used to fork up money. Soccer used to fork up money. So that's what we're trying to get back to, that to get some. I mean, I'm not asking for it all, but if we can get, you know, $5,000 or $6,000 back between them all, I mean, that helps. That helps promote the fields and helps us put more money back into the fields. I mean, we're not keeping the money; it's going right back into the fields. But you know, so over the past 2 years, we've been trying to do that, and we had worked something out. Justin was the one who worked out a actual square footage map. I don't know where that is now, and he had a calculation. You know, and I think we got to go back to that, and you know, like I said, a fair fee. I'm not asking for them to pay everything. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. You know, a fair amount based on the size of the fields they use. That's all.
So we'll have to come up with some calculation
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that at a later time, and then decide at that time how
Yeah,
we.
sooner than later. Sooner than later. Yeah, I'd like to send it out with the electric bills, but you know, again, we got to revisit that because I guess that was shut down. But we need to revisit that.
Why was electric shut down? We never.
I don't know.
collected any?
Nellie told me that it was shut down at a meeting. I don't know. We've done it in the past. I don't know why it was shut down.
I thought everybody was paying the electric bill for usage,
They have
volleyball and all
been.
those guys.
They have been. And Nellie prepared it for this year, and at a meeting they shot it down.
Are you
I don't know.
sure?
We're gonna, yes, she told me today.
Yeah,
But we're gonna
Okay.
revisit it. Our board of
right.
3, our big board of 3. We're gonna revisit it once we get a calculation.
Scott, we
okay.
got to figure out on purchasing part of it if we're buying it in bulk to save money also and not just pieces.
Absolutely. Yep, we do.
Instead of going down to the hardware store, give me 5-6 bags of pelletized or
Correct.
whatever. We
Correct.
have to figure out a purchasing thing. So if we do put the cost towards them, it's not going to be as much money if we just willy-nilly.
Then if they were doing it themselves, it would be a lot more. Yep. So
Okay, so.
that's in the
I'm-
works.
All right, so I wanted to be clear about what user fee was and what the electric, so they're two different things. The
Correct.
user fee for the fields has to do with liming and fertilizer.
Yep.
And that kind of upkeep, with grubs or
Correct.
whatever.
Correct.
And then there's a separate electric bill. Okay,
Correct.
thanks.
Based on usage. Based on the electric bills.
Yep,
No, there's no, I've got the amounts. Nellie's broken it up per meter, per place, per unit. So it's cut and dry.
okay,
So we'll revisit that probably next meeting, and then we can hopefully between now and then we can work out some fair and equitable user fee, and we can send it all.
okay.
Okay. Old business for the commission. Well, the CPA, I've been in conversation with town hall, and they haven't even got their committee together yet. We are only providing a person. They will appoint them to the committee. But they are asking for someone from our board to be on there. So we jumped the gun last week. We didn't vote on it. You just put Michael on it. So we have to revisit that and actually take a vote for someone to be part of that. It's to put your name forward for the selectmen to consider you to appoint to this position. It's not a done deal until they appoint you. Okay? Is everybody as clear as mud on that?
No, yeah,
Okay. All right. So in reference to that, Michael has expressed a personal position that he doesn't feel he can do that. So that would leave you or me, Paula.
and at this time, I am really not available because of the post-op situation I'm in, which
Yep,
is,
I understand. And
I'm going slow.
yeah, no,
I wish I
you've got
could be faster.
I think where they don't even have a board put together yet that we can table this, because I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. Being the chairman, and then, because there's only 3 of us, we all have to take positions here, and I've got more on my plate than I've ever had when I was not the chairman. So I can't do it either, but hopefully we can get another member and maybe we can get them to jump on.
Yeah.
So I think we should table this until next meeting when we know more from town hall exactly what's happening. But they don't even have it put together yet anyhow. So the item with Fat Cousins, I think we need to talk to our director about that. In the past, I know they bought their own frozen pizza and sold it and made more money than what we can make it Fat Cousins. They're not giving us a deal. The only thing they're doing is not charging us delivery fee. They're charging us the price of the pizza.
Right. But the thing with Fat Cousins is you're getting a fresh pizza, and there's a
Right,
difference.
but you take what they bring 5 pizzas and we only sell 4. We're going to eat one.
We absorb the costs.
We're gonna have to absorb the cost. When he buys a frozen pizza, he only cooks up what he gets ordered.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is that if he looks at the daily numbers, which I have for the days of the week where it's most busy, all he has to do in the morning is call up and say, I want 4 pizzas. And if, he runs out of pizza, that's fine. But if you think that it's not a good deal, I guess it's.
I'm just putting it this way. Why don't we wait and talk to the director?
Well, we can do that, and we can wait and see if we're gonna
open anyhow.
if we're gonna have an opening. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying no. I mean, he may feel it's a good idea, and if so, then I'm all for it. I don't really care. I think to do whatever's best for the snack stand in the park and move forward. That's all.
Himself, too.
What's that?
And for himself too, because he's got a manage and he knows what's going to.
Absolutely. I mean, if he wanted to get some fresh peaches on the weekend and try it, I mean, he could,
Yeah, he can juggle it around. He can juggle it.
Yep.
Let's see what comes.
Moving on to the commission roles. Paula, I'm gonna ask you, are you comfortable with Clear Pond?
Well,
Or
as comfortable as can be.
would you rather step down?
Oh, no, I'll stay because I think that end of town is, I might as well do the both of them unless
Okay,
there's a change.
all right. I just want to reiterate a point that you're a liaison. You're not overseeing him on a daily basis. We're hiring the park. I'm just saying, we're hiring a park director to run the park. I mean, you want to stop in, Doug? How you doing? How are you? Everything good? Good. I'm going to go sit by the water. See you later. I mean, he'll call you if he needs something, but we got to give him the reins to run the park. And by all means, stop in and see what's happening. I'm not saying you can't go there and talk to him and see what's going on, but we got to let him run it and go from there. That's all.
Regardless of who the director is, I have no intention of micromanaging. I think that they
Okay,
need to run
great.
the park by themselves. Call me when you need me. That's my philosophy.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's just what I wanted to hear, Paula. Thank you. You got too much other things to do.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. If you find it being a problem, just let me know. We'll work something out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll try that going forward. Field hockey practice. We did okay it. Mike, did I forward you the number?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. All right. So I skipped over one thing, didn't I? Were you asking about the roles? Right, we did. Mike and I kind of split up some of the roles, Paula, just to let you know.
Okay.
And of course, I don't have it in front of me, Mike, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to take Free Lake soccer. I'm going to take Free Lake baseball. I'm going to take the Samurais.
Mhm.
I'm going to take men's softball and volleyball, right?
Yeah, I have horseshoes, field hockey, lacrosse, pickleball. I think that's it.
Yeah, if you can repeat that, because sometimes I'm getting messages from
I will.
people and I don't know who to direct it to.
Yep.
I know you two are both doing Ted Williams camp, so I just give one of your names out, but I'm not
Yep.
sure who's
So we
doing
said
what.
horseshoes, pickleball, lacrosse,
Field hockey, if there is one.
right? Field hockey, which should just be, we had determined that they could play outside of the Little League field, for practice.
Yep.
And also that you were gonna step up and be our contact for Franklin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if anyone needs anything, come to
Right.
me and I'll talk to them.
So Paula, if there's any needs you have, or Dougie
Yeah.
has some needs down there, or you have
Yeah.
needs at, John Pond, please
Yeah.
forward them to Mike and we'll have the one person contact him.
Yeah, so if there's a problem with the barrels or, I can just call Mike and ask him to talk to Franklin,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And Scott, you're doing
I'm doing soccer,
baseball?
Baseball.
Samurai? Yeah,
both soccers, baseball, Samurais, men's softball and volleyball.
men's softball. Okay, thanks. Yeah, now I know where to
Yeah.
send people. Thanks.
No, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, yep.
Well, we're gonna email that out anyway with contact.
Yeah. Well, I'll send something out so everybody knows who's got what, where you are. So if like Paula says, if someone makes a phone call or asks about something, we know where to forward it so that they can be the one to address the issue and bring it back to the board.
And I will, it's better to send it to your email, correct?
Yeah,
Not
use
your-
my Bridgewood and Benoit email, please. I
Yep.
can't get on the town one very often.
Yep.
Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't.
Mike, you're good with your email too for any
Perfect.
forwarding messages? Yes?
Perfect. Yep, thank you.
All right.
Yep, and you can always text me. Just try to hold back on during the day for me. If you can get me later in the afternoon, that would be great. I
Okay.
do have to work a little bit.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Okay. Any new business for the commission?
I think, well, I don't know if it's new business or not, Scott, but
Well, let's
The,
bring it up and we'll see.
the Lakeville Haunted House.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are right, Paula. We went right by that. No, that was way back in the beginning.
Okay.
Wait a
Did
minute, did I have it
everybody
on
get
here?
Yeah, did everybody get the proposal I
minute.
sent?
I thought I had it on here. Oh, wow, it's not.
I don't remember seeing it on there.
Okay, so we can talk about it. We just can't take any votes.
Okay. So this gentleman has made a proposal to run a haunted house between the periods of 9/23 every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the hours of 5 to 10 and ending on the last full weekend of October, 10/30/22.
Yep.
He also requested a parking area.
Yep.
And his proposal is that the park commission will receive 20% of the ticket sales as a donation at the conclusion of the event.
Is that gross sales or net sales? Do you know?
He just said of ticket sales.
Okay, we'll have to
Sure,
find out.
Yeah.
Should be gross,
So-
right?
But never taken that.
No, I know. That's what I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay. And to use the utility field, multi-purpose field, whatever. I don't know which one you call it, but I know it's the field that gets a little waterlogged, right?
Yeah, in the springtime. In the
Okay.
fall, it should be okay.
Okay. And he says that the commission's post-event to provide patron gate information, patron numbers, and a check of the 20% of income as a donation. Funds will be given to the park commission to use as the commissioners see fit. The event organizers also propose setting up a scholarship fund for local high school students. Event organizers will also pledge to making donations to local nonprofit organizations in the town of Lakeville. They also pledge to help the park commission with monetary funds towards projects set within local parks to the best of the event's ability and financial resources. They say they will tearing down the event, and they request a span of 3 weeks post-event to clean up and tear down outdoor scenes located on the designated multipurpose field. Event organizers request 1 week to tear down and clean up the field designated as the utility field. They're responsible for cleaning all trash and materials used during the event. And the organizers will be responsible for having a recycling plan in place during the running of the event, which will aid the town and event in cleanup post-event. Event organizers will be responsible for storing and maintaining event materials off property of the Ted Williams camp at conclusion of the event and cleanup designated times. They would, let's see. In closing, the the event organizers would like to state the Honorable Park Commission that this event has been a 20+ year nonprofit event which has benefited the town of Lakeville and its people. The new event organizers wish to continue the event and organization the same. This will be run strictly to benefit the town and nonprofit charities in the area. Communication. And they go on to say that they strive to put a safe and clean event for the enjoyment of the residents of Lakeville. They look forward to working with and are hearing from the Park Commission on their thoughts and decisions related to the Lakeville Haunted House. We thank you for your time and in considering our event proposal. They have a map that's they have a map also of the area, which we know where it is. So my suggestion is that we invite this person in and ask questions.
Right. I mean, I just, you know, while you were reading that, I was jotting down, you know, things like police, fire, EMS. They're responsible for paying that. That's not us.
Yeah,
You know, they're gonna have to get,
yes, I'm sorry, in the
they're
third,
gonna-
a third paragraph, it says the haunted house will conduct business with local town officials and departments as per protocol of special events in the town of Lakeville. This
Right.
includes, but is not limited to, the signing police details,
Okay.
fire details, and EMS details for public and patron safety.
Yep, no, yeah, that's good. I didn't see that paragraph myself, so, yeah, that and, you know, they're gonna be responsible to get a trash receptacle down there. You know,
They're- yeah.
I
No, they're
know they
talking
said
about
that, but
that.
I mean, I'm just saying, these are some things I was writing down. You know,
Uh-huh.
the big thing for me is, where are they gonna park? And how are they gonna get down there?
He did say, we request use of a parking area during the operational times.
Right, which would mean, you know, on the weekends, I hope that Boston Tavern has it rented out. You know what I'm saying? I hope they have the commissary going. I would expect so. That time of, you know, September is the new time for weddings.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to keep these people away from the commissary, because that was a problem in the last couple of years that we ran it. Was, you know, I mean, they used to walk right down the main road, and then we tried funneling them over by the other side of the playland there, the kids area, you know, but they were still parking out there, and it was partly where people were parking for events. You know, I mean, if we're gonna have them do it, I mean, I think they have to park over near the police station, over the soccer parking lot.
Yeah,
And-
I was thinking, where the maintenance building is that parking already taken up by the field use people?
Well, during the day, but not at night.
Yeah.
And since this is starting at 5 to 10, I believe, I think, yeah, 5 to 10.
Yeah.
So they would have the parking at the maintenance building, they would have the parking at the Horseshoe place.
Well,
Right.
I don't know if you want to get that close, but yeah, I mean, I suppose we'd have to look at it. You know, I mean, is that going to be too close to the commissary? You know, when you're going to have people out there hooting and hollering when someone's trying to have a wedding. That's all. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
I think-
yeah, well, I was thinking the wedding
walk-
people are over there, but and they're either inside the building and they're parking on the other side. All right, they're parking, say, in an area of not a lot of parking at the Horseshoe area, and then the maintenance building, but they're gonna have to walk down that path to that site.
Well, that's the thing. Or do they direct them, you know, on the path around the backside, you know, and bring them in that way? I don't know. I'm just, you know, as part of the
backside?
event.
Are you talking about the one off, the entrance off 18?
Well, that's where they're gonna have to come in, the entrance, not the new entrance, not the one we've got locked up.
Oh,
There's not enough parking there to, I mean, we might be able to let, the workers park there or something, but all you got is the road for parking there. That might be enough for the people working the place. That might be a good deal for that. Allow the workers to park in that back area. But I'm just saying, we want to keep them away from the lodge as
Yeah.
much as we can.
Scott, can I interject?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mike.
I think, I mean, this is a huge event and I'm glad that we're doing it, but I think we really need to have almost like a walkthrough sooner
Yes.
than later and map it out, look at the parking, maybe have public safety there at this meeting too for some ideas and just hopefully get most of it done there because I just think we physically have to be down there. We can ask him questions. We can have someone from the public safety there because it's a huge event. And I think that's probably the best, to me, I think that's the best way to go further with it. I don't know if you agree or not.
No, I think
Can
having
you
them come
repeat?
down and then having maybe, I'm just saying, maybe Nate and, either someone from the police department or the fire department, or
Mhm.
maybe both, come down and see what everybody thinks is the best avenue for that. As far as getting them down there with the least intrusion to the lodge and the safest for everybody. Maybe they do a congregating area, they set up a tent maybe in the Horseshoe parking lot, and that's where people meet and pay their tickets, and then they take them down in groups. They used to do that with the haunted house. They would have them meet at the commissary, and then they would have groups of 20 and someone would lead them down to the haunted house. So they weren't just people walking all over the place.
by the way, since the haunted house is not there, is that a potential parking area for them?
It is, you got a lot of trees and it being dark.
It's a mess,
Well, that would
Scott.
be up to them to escort people from that area, right?
Maybe that road right there in the Pines might be a place to set up a tent and be where they congregate, and then they take them down by so many, because that's what they did, at the end when they didn't use the commissary, they used the tent, it's just a thought. They gotta put a little more thought into that, as to where they're gonna stage the people, where the people gonna meet. They're gonna have to rope off, the woods and everything, so people aren't skirting around it, and then they're gonna have to rope off the just a cones on the road so people aren't driving up to the commissary, and then you're still gonna have people coming in that gate. So you're gonna need someone at that gate to tell them to go to the other side, to go to the Route 18 side.
What gate?
They're gonna come in the Precinct Street side.
Yeah,
Well, if we've got functions, that's where the people for the functions are gonna park.
right, but,
We don't want the two groups together. We want them separate,
right. But I'm trying to figure out where this gate is. The only gate I know is on 18. Is there another gate that I'm missing?
The main entrance to the park is on Precinct Street.
Yeah,
That's the main entrance.
and is there a gate there?
Well, no, there's not a gate. I'm just saying,
Oh, okay, that's my
yeah,
misinterpretation.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say gate, meaning physical gate. I meant that's a way into the park.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's where everybody used to come in for the haunted house. So
I
now
see.
we've got to educate people that they're going to come in the 18 side,
Okay,
so we can keep the two apart. That's all. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
be as little intrusion to our neighbors at the lodge, because that is our bread and butter.
yeah,
But Scott,
Yes, go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
So-
all right.
So one thing, once this gets done, I'm gonna have to let the lodge know what's going on.
We
and-
got to talk to them hand and
Yeah.
right along.
Yeah. But, my personal opinion is, if someone's gonna book something there, I'm not quite sure they're gonna do it with all those people down there and the noise. So that's something we need to discuss also.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
Well, the other thing is the lodge is not booking people at 5 o'clock at night. I don't know of any events that go on there after 5. Do you?
At the lodge,
Yeah,
they have receptions that go until midnight.
yeah, I was
okay,
there on Sunday and there were people there. So,
till late.
I mean, a wedding reception can go to midnight.
yeah,
Oh, okay, I just haven't noticed. Okay.
Yeah.
I know they do afternoons sometimes, like 2 to 8 or something like that, but I didn't know how late, or 2 to. I
they can
didn't
go
know.
late, they can go as late as the liquor license, I think.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Well, if you're only allowed to serve liquor till midnight, then that's
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we can obviously we've got questions. Maybe we can ask this person to come to our next meeting, whether it's remote or in person. And we can, put a sticky next to your spot and write down questions when you think of them, and then when this guy comes in, we can fire him questions at him. Before we go any further, before we make any more decisions. And then I think we need to talk to, police and fire and the lodge. I mean, I think this is,
I think
because
it's big. I
it is
think
big. It is big. And it could be a big amount of money for us.
Yeah, and do we have a contract? Do we have to go through the town to get a contract? Do we do the contract? I don't know how they've done it in the past. You might, do
Well,
you know these people at all, Scott?
I don't know. I don't see a name on here, so I don't know who's resurrected the haunted house. I don't know if it's a group from in town or somebody else.
Scott, who's gonna spearhead this?
I think it's too big for one person. I think, we gotta work together on this. I think we gotta formulate questions. And then I think the next step would be to have them come to the next meeting and we can ask them questions. And then when we get our answers, then I think we need to sit down with police and fire and like you said, maybe take a walkthrough on a Saturday afternoon or something and see what everybody thinks, and see what people think about, where we're going to park, where are you going to have a staging area, where are your workers going to park, maybe they park in the parking lot at karate, but John may have lessons, so you can't use the whole parking lot there either.
Oh, I think the best case scenario is that we're gonna have someone in place for a park secretary, so
By then, yeah.
we can really utilize her or him and just go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we
it's a
do have
big-
we do have an interest, so we could, at the least we can do is bring this guy in and
Yeah,
Right,
ask a
and
million
then
questions.
we can get answers from him so that when we talk to the town hall, we can give them answers, I wouldn't want to sit down with town hall right now because I can't give them the answers. I
Yeah.
know
No,
what they're gonna
way
ask.
too early.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think as a courtesy, we have him come in and we see what he's got to say. And then,
Yeah.
and then we take the next step and go to the town and the lodge and police and fire and.
Maybe, maybe middle of June, we can maybe set that up.
Well, I think we should have this guy come in and, because, nothing happens right away.
Okay,
You know.
Scott, I have his name and his phone number on my phone. I can zip it
Okay.
off to you, okay?
Okay, great. That'd be great. Now I'll contact him and invite him to, the next meeting. Can't
Okay.
hurt. We'll just have an informal questions and answers and, we can have him in and out in 15 minutes. He doesn't have to stay too long.
Yeah.
You know,
No, he was asking me whether. he would
I
come to
have
the
some information I just want to pass along, that's happened in the past week. We had an incident at the bathrooms, over beside the maintenance building, with, overflowing and a mess, last weekend.
meeting. Oh, boy.
Supposedly it was pumped this past Wednesday. And I've asked our employee to get in there and clean it before the weekend. I haven't heard back from him, so I'm assuming he'll be there tomorrow. I'm gonna reach out to him tomorrow morning and see how his process is going. But I got comments from soccer, women's soccer, Freetown Lakeville soccer, and I said, unfortunately, it was a circumstance that we had no control over. This thing was just pumped last year, so I think I don't know what the problem is. But I just wanted to pass that along to let you know that that's in the works of being cleaned up, and it was pumped this week. The COA contacted me to ask about parking near the tennis club. On Father's Day, they are having a car show, so they'd like to be able to park cars on the other side of the tennis court, on our side of the tennis court. To give them an answer as soon as I could, because they are trying to plan everything. I reached out to the lodge to see if they had anything going on Father's Day, and they said, no, they don't. So I know it's new business. So, I mean, I told her it's okay to park there. I just wanted to let you know that there's going to be cars there on Father's Day. There's going to be cars on our side of the parking lot. Not a big deal. The car show goes from 11 to 2:30. So unless you're there at noontime, you're not even going to see these cars. So I just wanted to let you know there's going to be some cars parked there on Father's Day. Not a big deal. And the lodge is not having a function. So go ahead, Paula.
Okay, the same thing with June 11th. The COA, the Friends of the COA are having a pause on parade. Anybody that has a little dog or big dog that would like to enter. It'll be from 10 to like 1. I checked with the lodge. They have an event, but it's not till late afternoon. Actually, she said it's not even a problem. Heather said it wasn't a problem because the people had not even gotten back to her as to, what time. She knew it wasn't morning. And so again, they would be using in front of the tennis court to park.
June 11th. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and a rain day is the 12th. And speaking of that, I've been asked if they can use the board out front to advertise pause on parade.
Sure, why
Maybe
not? Yeah, it's great. You know
is
what?
that
We can advertise for the car show too.
And you can
know?
advertise for the haunted house too.
Absolutely, we will. If we do it, we will. Yep.
All right.
I have no
So
problem doing that.
How does that work? Where do you get the letters and who?
They're in
who
our
puts them
office.
up? And does Ryan put them up or?
No, we do.
Oh, okay.
Nellie used to do it. I used to do
okay.
it. I used to do it. Nellie used to do it. Danny used to do it. We do it.
Okay, when would be the earliest time that they could start posting? I mean, I don't think we have anything going on between now and then.
I'd say a couple of weeks before.
Okay, so we'll look at the
End of this month.
around
25th?
around the
25th?
21st or 25th or something.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
All right, so I'll see what I can do.
Yep, I can pull the letters out for you. That one there, they just slide in and out. There's no cover or anything. Where the
How do you
one on
reach
the
it?
other side, the one on the Route 18 side, there's a cover and a lock. You got to open up. I don't know if you
Okay.
want to put them on that one too.
Sure. They need a lot of help.
Yeah.
to make this
Oh, we can do that. Oh,
successful.
no, work with our COA. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's see, what else was I gonna bring up? Oh, I talked to Nellie, and right now the trash is done monthly, so I'm gonna call and move it up to bi-weekly. I'm gonna call Freight. It's actually, they sold out. It's not Freight's anymore. They sold out to
Right.
someone else, but I'll call, I'll get the number and call and have them go to bi-weekly for the season. That's what we always did. We don't need it overflowing.
Right.
Especially because
And
they bring the trash from John Pond down to our dumpster.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. So between that weekly and the functions, plus everything at Ted Williams Camp that's going on, we're gonna need to have it emptied bi-weekly. So I'll call on that. That's one of my phone calls for tomorrow.
And also Freight's does Clear Pond, I believe, too. Do they do it monthly? Clear
I'm
Pond?
not sure. but, we'll,
I think so. I think
let's-
so.
We have to do more.
yeah, right. I think it was done monthly unless it got overflowed and they called them and they came. It was an extra fee, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. At least every 2 weeks. We'll see. We'll see what our director thinks and how it's going. You know, if we keep seeing it, if filling up and they have to call extra times, then we'll bump up the frequency. But yeah, I think is there still a dumpster in there?
There was, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think it
it's-
was ever taken out.
It's been in there for years now. They've never taken it
Right.
out. Okay,
Right.
good. Let me see real quick here. The bathrooms, COA. You're gonna call Eric Stanley. And okay, so the only other thing is I'm gonna work together the electric bills and get that to you guys. So we can look at that and decide on that, and then we'll see if we can come up with something for the electric and the field use.
And question about the bathroom at John Pond Park.
Oh,
Is-
yeah.
How do we open that? Does it get turned on? I mean, nobody's talked to me about it in terms of, I haven't had any calls on it.
Yeah,
But
Joe did it. We got to run water from the big building over there. I'm sure there's a hose someplace. I'm not sure where it is.
Will the town connect it for us, or do we
No.
have to do it?
No, we're
They won't
good.
do
We just run. It's just a hose. We just run a hose over.
Okay.
I can come down and we can do that. I was involved in doing it originally.
Oh, okay.
We may have
So
to
you
buy
know-
another shot of hose, but that's okay.
There's a combination too to get in it, right?
No, there's a black key. Do you have
Black
one of the
key.
black keys from Joe?
You know what? They might be in the office on the desk. He turned in his
Yep.
keys and I haven't gone in to get them. Okay.
Yep.
That, and I've got to get the
The
AED down
black
there too.
plastic ones, probably the ring that he has that on is going to have the keys to get in and the keys for, like, you know, the toilet paper and things like that. You know, there's a funky little metal key. You'll see when I say a funky key, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. But it's on
Yeah.
his key ring. I saw it last night.
Okay,
Matter of fact, I
now,
think, Paula, I put it in the key box.
okay,
I
Now-
put his whole keychain. I didn't take anything off it. I put his whole keychain in the box.
all right. The supplies, where are they kept?
Right now, they're at the camp in our room to the left.
At the office?
Yes, I
Okay.
saw it.
Yep.
Okay,
You know, maybe we can have Bobby stop down there once a week anyhow and take a look in his travels, you
yeah.
know. Okay. Any other new business for the commission?
Nope.
Any other business that's come before the park commission this week? I do have one thing. I had a request from town hall, just because they're getting calls from all of us that it funnel through one person, just to, you know, so that they're dealing with one person. They knew who they're going to call. They don't have to go, geez, am I calling Paul or am I calling Mike? Am I calling Scott? So they want to deal with the chairman. So if you have any questions for town hall, you know, HR, town administrators, selectmen, whatever you got,
Yeah.
fire it off to me and I will advance that along.
Okay, so I won't be talking with HR anymore about candidates
Okay.
and checking with him to see if we've got any new candidates, blah, blah, blah. He's gonna talk to you, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, good. All right,
Yep. So you don't have to worry about that. And he won't be bombarded from all sides.
okay.
So we'll go that route. And that's all I have. Anybody have anything else?
No, I think it was very productive.
No, it was a very good meeting. We had a lot accomplished.
Yes,
Very good meeting. We got, you know, I mean, let's hope we can get some lifeguards. We're moving in the right direction. Good meeting, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
so before we adjourn, we want to pick a date for a new meeting.
We know what date it is now. The first Thursday in June,
Um,
or the last Thursday in May.
yeah, that would be 3 weeks. I wouldn't want to go any further than that at this early stage of the game. You know,
Let's
maybe
do
our
that
next meeting, we
in
could
May.
take 3, huh?
Let's do last Thursday of May. It's only 2 weeks
26th?
away. Yeah,
What date?
The
26th?
26th of Thursday. I can
Okay.
do Mondays and Thursdays. I can do Wednesdays too.
Yeah. No,
So I don't
it's
know
good
what you're-
because maybe we'll know more about whether we got any candidates in terms of lifeguards or something.
And
Might,
if I do hear anything, I will keep you all abreast about you know, I'm not gonna wait till the 26th and go, hey, we got 3 lifeguards. If I know,
Okay.
I'll let you know. So so we're gonna go the 26th at 7.
perfect.
okay.
Are we gonna do it in person or Zoom?
Well,
Yeah.
if you'd like to do it in person, I could try to schedule. They want us to go to the police station. If the police station is booked, then, you know, we can try the lodge if there's nothing going on there.
How
They
about our
also do
own
it at
office?
the COA.
How about our own office? What's wrong with our own office?
Nothing. I'd love to have it at our own office.
We can, we've got
It's
a
recording.
table.
I know
We got
it's the recording thing.
It's a
Um,
lot easier for us to do Zoom right now.
Because at the police station, they have all their equipment are set up and stays there.
Yeah,
And I believe they have some equipment already set up at the COA. So if they come to the lodge, they have to bring everything.
okay.
I'd
We
prefer
could
to
al-
have it at our own office, Paula. I'd prefer to
Yeah.
have it at the park
Yeah,
myself.
it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Just
let's
tell
We'll
us.
see.
if we had any-
We'll try
Just
to
tell
do
us
it in
if we-
person. And if not, then we have to go remote. We will, but okay. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion. I second the motion. I'll set to
Okay.
adjourn the meeting.
All right. All those in favor, Paula,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Scott, aye. The meeting comes to conclusion at 8:58 p.m.